In this video, I'm going to show you my top 10 songs of the 1950s with just 4 chords. We're going to be looking at some 50s rock and roll. We're going to be looking at some songs that use the 50s chord progression, but we're going to start off with this absolutely classic song by the Everly Brothers, which uses just 4 chords. This is Bye Bye Love. Bye Bye Love can be played with the basic open chords A major, C major, D major, and E major. It can be played differently. It can be played as power chords for this intro riff, the C chord and the D chord, which a lot of people might find easier, but its most basic, it's the intro is an A, C, D, and then some little muted strums. And then it's a D major to an A major, D to A major, E major, A. We have a full tutorial for that song on YouTube and on my website, andyguitar.co.uk. I'll link to my website where I'll put tutorials and chord sheets for all 10 songs that I cover in this video in case you want to learn any of them. But let's move on to my next choice, which, although it wasn't written in the 1950s, so many people covered this, and this one was actually covered by Elvis. This is a classic example of this 1950s chord progression. This is Blue Moon. Blue Moon, the Elvis version, can be played with the C major chord, A minor, an F major chord, and a G chord. If the F major puts you off for any reason, you can play it with an F major 7, that's absolutely fine, and it's 2 beats per chord. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Now there are so many songs that use this 4-chord 50s chord progression that I've made its own video about this chord progression in the past. Not only songs from the 1950s, but other songs from the 1950s you might want to check out are Teenager in Love. It is also Lollipop, my boy lollipop, heart go giddy up. The same progression in the key of G major leads me to my third song choice, which is Big Girls Don't Cry by Frankie, Valli and the Four Seasons. The 4 chords of Big Girls Don't Cry are G major, E minor, C major, and D major, no capo needed. The song actually starts with the 1-5-4-5 progression. Big girls don't cry, big girls don't cry, and then big girls don't cry, they don't cry, big girls don't cry. That same chord progression, but in the key of E flat, is how we can play Earth Angel as it was played in the movie Back to the Future by Michael J. Fox, by Marty McFly. And I want to demo that for you because that was such a huge influence on me as a young kid when I first saw that movie, and I know it will have been for so many of you guys. It can be the many reasons why people want to pick up a guitar. So I've grabbed my electric guitar and it's played like this. All right, let's do another one. Let's do something that really cooks. But hang on, we can't do Johnny B. Goode because Johnny B. Goode's only got 3 chords in it. In the key of B flat, we've got B flat, E flat, and F. But hang on, what about the ending? Doesn't the ending go B, B to B flat, B7 to B flat. That's a fourth chord, right? It's a 4-chord song. We can do it. Let's do it. And there we go. It is a 3/4 song. Fabulous. Oh, that's awesome. That means we can do Roll Over Beethoven as well. Fantastic. What a song! Fantastic. We got a full tutorial for that on my YouTube channel and website, along with these next couple, which are by Elvis, because we can't cover the 50s without covering so much Elvis. I mean, he kind of defines it, and he just changed popular music forever. This is another one that could be a 3-chord song, but with the embellishments, it's a 4-chord song. This is Heartbreak Hotel. Heartbreak Hotel uses the E major chord, an E7, A major, and a B major or B power chord. And it uses it in this fashion. Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. And I've been so lonely, baby. I've been so lonely. I've been so lonely, I could die. The E major chord at the start can be played higher. This is up at the 12th fret and the 13th fret, but it's just an E major chord. We could add the blues riff. And we do have a solo as well, which is fantastic. Another Elvis song, which again defines the 1950s in my opinion, is Hound Dog. Hound Dog is a 12-bar blues in the key of C, but played a little bit differently than you might imagine. It doesn't use the kind of Chuck Berry blues riff. Instead, it takes an E major chord, moves it up a string and over to create this riff. And this is a B major chord to a C major chord, or technically a B over F sharp to a C over G, because we've got, that would be C/G, because the root note is actually the 5th of the chord, not the 1. That then slides up to the F position. There's a little riff which is playing notes essentially from an F7 chord back to the first riff, and the other chord in that is a G7. However you want to play it, you could play it like that, but I think it's played like this, back to F7, which is the same F7 from up there. Let's have a look at this fantastic song. I've moved back to the acoustic guitar now to play you my final two choices that I really think is fantastic for any beginners to learn. We have a full tutorial for this next one at andyguitar.co.uk. This is Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly and the Crickets. So that gets us through the verse and the chorus, but we do have an extra chord. There's only 3 chords there so far, the A major, D major, and the E major. We do have an F chord or an F major 7, whichever one you prefer, in the chorus. That song's in the key of A major. This next song is in the key of A minor and also uses a very common chord progression that's been used in so many other songs. This is Hit the Road Jack by Ray Charles. So a few different ways to play this one. If you were to play it as full open chords, we'd have A minor, G major, an F bar chord, or just the easier F major 7 is absolutely fine, to E major. Or we can play all of these and just kind of treat it as a descending root note, which would be A minor, A over G, A over F to E major. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Those are my 10 songs of the 1950s that just use 4 chords in each song, just about. Let me know your favourites in the comments below. Let me know any that I might have missed, any that you want longer tutorials for, more in-depth tutorials. We've taught a lot of the solos in a lot of these ones as well, so it's not just about the chords too. I'll leave some links on screen now, but you'll find full tutorials for all the songs that we do have tutorials for in the top link of the description on my website, andyguitar.co.uk. I hope to see you over there, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.